That's a vibe.
That is a whole vibe. Oh my gosh. I was ready to go, hey, yo, tell me you're from Chicago. Because I'm from Chicago. Hi,
Yeah.
everyone. Welcome. I'm Lizette Garza,
And I'm Emmanuel Garcia.
and we're your hosts tonight for Seeds of Change, funding bold movements for justice. And in case you didn't know, this is a virtual fundraising event and celebration of activism and organizing in Chicago. And I also have to mention that tonight and today is Trans Day of Visibility. So let's show some love to all our trans friends and loved ones, maybe in the comments section. They got that cute little emoji flag. And today is always a time to celebrate trans and non-binary people, acknowledging the courage it takes to live openly and authentically while also working to shed light on the epidemic of violence impacting Black and Brown trans women and the dangerous policies taking place across the country. Let's certainly protect trans youth at all costs, trans Black women at all costs, and since I'm on this soapbox, well, actually, let me get off the. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. That's it. End of program. But I also want to show some love for you all for showing up on a Thursday night, a school night. I hope you're looking mighty fine from the sala, from the couch, from the living room, getting comfy and cozy because we have a great program tonight, including an update on Crossroads Fund as a whole. We also have a special presentation with this year's awardees, A Long Walk Home, Truthout, Lucy Parsons Labs, and we have a comedy set from Gwen La Roka. And tomorrow night, we are very excited, a brilliant panel full of sheroes that you don't want to miss. We'll have Angela Davis, who is in conversation with Scheherazade Tillett, the co-founder of A Long Walk Home, Tracy Hall, the executive director of the American Library Association, and the one, the only, Jane Camondo, which is the executive director at our beloved Crossroads Fund.
I cannot wait, Lizette. This is our third virtual fundraiser, and I know all of you could be anywhere else tonight, and you're here. So we are so grateful you are joining us tonight from wherever you are. So a shout out to our virtual audience tonight on YouTube and on Facebook and in all the different ways you're tuning in. It's going to be a jam-packed program over the next 2 nights, so make sure to stay with us and tune in tomorrow at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. The great news is that the fundraiser has already started. We have a goal of raising $200,000 to continue this work of funding bold movements for justice. Collectively, with your support, we have already raised how much, Lizette?
$125,000 and going.
It's a lot. Yes. Give some love to the chat. Celebrate. Do a little shimmy in your chair. All the different ways you've contributed are so, so greatly appreciated. In case you missed it, another way you can support us is getting to our goal is to participate in our online auction, Bidding for Change, Not Charity. This year, there are over 170 items to bid on. And that's thanks to the businesses and individuals like Lizette who donated artwork, jewelry, books, and a weekend getaway, and so much more. So be sure to show these progressive businesses your love and get some cool stuff along the way. The online is open all through right now until tomorrow, Friday, April 1st at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. So bid high and bid often. It's for a good cause.
Definitely for a good cause. So you're probably at home, right? And getting those cocktails in order or those mocktails in order. I know I certainly did. But I want to take a moment to just thank our wonderful sponsors for supporting Crossroads Fund tonight. It is because of you all that this program is even made possible, and just the ability to share movement work far and wide. So I want to show some love to our Leadership Circle sponsors, which include Resource Generation, the Field Foundation, and Woods Fund Chicago. I also want to show some love to our change makers, which include Yvette Cardona and Mona Noriega, Sue Alaterio and Tom Sorlis, the Joseph and Bessie Feinberg Foundation, Grand Victoria Foundation, Irving Harris Foundation, Nora Kiger, and Bill Foster.
And our catalysts, we have Martha Biondi, John D'Amelio, Janie Hoft, Mainstream Media, Pierce Family Foundation, Polk Brothers Foundation, and Carlene Schroeder. To view a full list of our sponsors, visit our website at crossroadsfund.org/seeds of change.
So moving right along here, I know that I am very biased considering I'm a staff member at Crossroads Fund, but I have to say that Crossroads Fund is honestly and truly the baddest and boldest in the game. As an anchor organization for movement building in Chicago, we move that moolah to grassroots organizers fighting for racial, social, and economic justice. And in those 41 years, we've given out $15.5 million to over 3,000 radical groups. Now, I don't even know how many zeros that is, but let me just tell you, it's honestly and truly the consistency for me. And I know that couldn't have been made possible without you. You are truly the creative solution. You are the activists, you're the organizers, and the donors. And you fuel revolutionary movements and organizing needs with dignity. Your vision and values offer a real fighting chance to movements when we are fed nothing but scarcity in a world where there is indeed abundance and autonomy. And that, for me, my friends, is bold and courageous in and of itself.
As we enter the third year of the COVID pandemic, we would not be here without the abundant love, care, and support of so many people like you. It takes many hands in front of the camera and behind the scenes to make Seeds of Change and everything Crossroads Fund does possible. This year and every year, we want to say thank you to our fabulous board of directors who are always so supportive. If you're in the chat, say hello, introduce yourself to our community. Thank you also to the 2022 host committee, an awesome crew of folks who volunteer and grow our ability to mobilize donors and resource movements. To the Crossroads Fund staff, past and present, for wrestling with this work daily, engaging donors, and building relationships with grantees, and to the founders of Crossroads Fund, who had a radical vision that a community foundation could support small grassroots groups to create change, not charity. Thank you. For more than 4 decades, and as Lizette mentioned, more than $15 million in grants later, we can see the results when we pool resources together. An end to the death penalty in Illinois, wheelchair accessible public transportation, reparations for survivors of police torture, an end to the racist and classist use of money bond, better wages and conditions for workers, resources for migrants and immigrants, increasing access to abortions and holistic approaches to women's health, the fight for LGBTQ rights, closing toxic industrial facilities, and so much more. That is so powerful. So let's take a moment to raise your glass for a virtual toast to the radical visionaries who are carving a way forward. To the organizers who call and text their base and give rides home after an action, to the activists who demand justice and take bold actions to disrupt the status quo, and finally, to everyday folks who do everything they can to build movements for change. We see you. You are enough. We love you, and we're in it for the long haul. Cheers to the wins of the past 41 years and the many more wins to come.
Salud, cheers, so much love. And to keep this celebration train going, I have to share another win that for the first time in Crossroads Fund history, we were able to redistribute $3.3 million in grant making this past year. And we're honored to invest in the leadership of communities that institutions constantly leave behind. These organizations build power and cultivate joy, all while challenging the powers that be. And some of those victories include the Stop General Iron campaign and the hunger strikers who pushed to deny and prevent a polluting company to relocate to the Chicago Southeast Side, the removal of multiple police officers from schools as part of the Cops Out of CPS campaign, as a strategy to end the school to prison pipeline, the passage of a really progressive community benefits agreement near the Obama Center to preserve affordable housing, and so many mutual aid efforts to remind us that nobody's got us the way that community does. We celebrate their victories along with many others, and we fundraise for them to keep them going because we believe the way that they're working and the way that they pave a future and a sustainable future that we all deserve. So please consider making a contribution today to build a strong and more liberatory movement.
So much beautiful, beautiful, and powerful work. Thank you, Lizette. When we used to do this event in person, and we will again in the future, that's a promise, it felt like social distance homecoming. I'm a little triggered. You'd see folks you hadn't seen in a long time, or maybe since the last action. Social justice Oscars without the drama, maybe, or of course with drama. Shout out to the documentary Summer of Soul. But for real, Seeds of Change has always been a time to celebrate, to connect with each other. We have such a large community of folks who are that we're a part of. Who do you want to lift up, Lizette?
I have to lift up the Cultivate Comadres. This is our Women of Color leadership program that has been both healing and nurturing in so many different ways, but really expands the collective and inherent strength women of color possess in movement spaces. I also had to give love to the Giving Project family and program that aims to fortify relationships and sustain movement work, but really deepen our analysis of power and white supremacy at a time critical race theory is really under attack. And last but not least, I had to thank the Youth Fund Committee who participate in our activist-led grant making. These folks are really a constant source of inspiration with a wealth of knowledge that leads to movement redistribution and really encourages us as an institution to not weaken or de-radicalize social movements too. How about you? Who do you want to lift up, man?
I want to lift up Capacity Building Initiative, CBI, a network of grassroots groups building their capacity and leadership. I want to uplift the important work of the Anti-Surveillance Network, which is doing critical work on the ground that demands our attention as technology proliferates our society. I also want to uplift the Chicago Racial Justice Pooled Fund, a rad group of people in philanthropy who have committed to move $10 million over 4 years to Black-led groups and those working on anti-Blackness. Yes, yes, and yes to that.
All of that. And we also have to uplift our awardees tonight, which is a continuation of work that ignites me to be just as bold and as spirited as they are. And I'm really thrilled to move us along and share the first award of the evening. Are you all ready? I am going to share that the Donald F. Erickson Synapses Award, and just to give you all some more insight, that we're honored to remember Don Erickson and his work for social change. Don taught geography, history, and social studies at Calumet High School. He was also a committed activist for peace and justice and working to end human rights violations across the globe. Tonight, we present the Donald F. Erickson Synapses Award to Truthout. I know Truthout is here representing. Let's hear from you all in the chat. I know you know how to show up for an event. Much love to you, and let's hype them up. For those who don't know about Truthout, it is a nonprofit news organization dedicated to independent reporting and commentary on a range of social justice issues. Since their founding in 2001, they have anchored their work in principles of accuracy and transparency and independence, and moving away from corporate and political influence. Truthout works to spark action by revealing injustices and providing a platform for progressive and transformative ideas through in-depth investigative reporting and critical analysis. With a powerful, independent voice, they spur transformations in consciousness and inspire both policy change and direct action. Here, accepting their award, is Maya Shenwar.
On behalf of the whole Truthout team, we're so honored to be receiving the Synapses Award. We have immense respect for the work of Crossroads, and we're just humbled to be recognized. I want to say that at Truthout, every member of our team plays an essential role in our work. So even though I happen to be the one accepting this award, it really belongs to all 24 of us. And I would list every single person's name, except I only have 4 minutes. And I want to say a quick word about Truthout's work to share with you. It's such an honor for Truthout to receive this particular award that usually goes to groups that traditionally identify as community organizers, for which we have the utmost admiration, including Good Kids Mad City, the Chicago Community Bond Fund, and the Chicago Torture Justice Campaign. Because Truthout's a journalism organization, but unlike most publications, our focus is actually journalism in the service of social justice. So to be recognized among organizers is the highest honor for us. I was asked to highlight a recent project that we're proud of, and we had so much trouble choosing. We publish about a dozen stories every day and love all of them and believe in all of them. But we decided that the project that made most sense to uplift tonight is our series called The Road to Abolition. This project, which we've created and grown over the past 2 years, contains an archive of nearly 150 of our stories about different aspects of abolition. And over the past year, we've used it in particular to house chronicles of organizing work. So creating a record for now and for history of actually how change is made. And often organizers themselves are telling these stories, or else reporters are telling them by engaging deeply with the words and the work of activists. So we have Ella Fassler's coverage of the uprisings that have taken place within prisons throughout the pandemic. We have Cassandra Frederique's story of winning decriminalization of all drugs in Oregon. We have Kelly Hayes' interview with Chicago organizers fighting ShotSpotter and the ways that the surveillance state infiltrates neighborhoods of color. We have Erica Miner's and Lucienne Baskin's reflection on the successes and the challenges of campaigns to get cops off campuses. We have Nadine Neber and Clarissa Rojas's work on anti-imperialist abolition feminism. And we have Spencer Garcia's coverage of the movement to get cops out of Pride. We have Asha Ransby Sporn's documentation of some of the wins of the movement to defund police in Chicago and beyond. We have Gabriel Arkel's work on trans and queer Muslims marking Ramadan by working toward abolition. And we have Dylan Rodriguez's chronicle of the campaign pushing back on university police expansion in California. And there are many, many more pieces of this kind just in the past year. So documenting these abolitionist organizing stories, thinking about both their wins and their challenges is really crucial if we're going to grow and build our movements while informed by history, including recent history. So these road to abolition stories aren't blueprints. They're not roadmaps or like specific instructions, but they're lessons and they're inspirations and their collective wisdom. To grow social movements that transform society, we need to be able to learn from each other's wisdom. And this is one of the primary reasons that Truthout exists. We're not just in it to print some good articles or gain recognition. We are in it to expose injustice so that it can be confronted and to lift up work of movements aimed at liberation. And that's why it means so much to receive this award. So thank you to Crossroads and everyone who supports Crossroads, and much love to everyone joining us tonight.
Wow. Yes, thank you. Yes, thank you, Maya, and everyone at Truthout for the lessons, the inspiration, and collective wisdom for the work that you do. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to check out the Road to Abolition series. So much rich journalism, Lizette, and reporting about all the issues that we care about. The next award is the Ron Sable Award for Activism. A little bit about Ron. Ron Sable was an activist and moving spirit here in Chicago as a doctor at Cook County Hospital, now known as Children's Hospital. Ron helped to provide care to low-income community members and worked across issues including women's and reproductive rights, just treatment of incarcerated people, and national health care for all. Fun fact, Ron also served on the Crossroads Fund Board of Directors for 10 years, and it is with great respect that we remember his vision and legacy through this award. Tonight, we present the Ron Sable Award for Activism to Lucy Parsons Labs. Lucy Parsons Labs is a Chicago-based collaboration between data scientists, transparency activists, artists, and technologists that shed light on the intersection of digital rights and on-the-street issues. Lucy Parsons Labs is working alongside several organizations to create awareness around corporate and government use of surveillance, especially the inaccurate and discriminatory use of the ShotSpotter system in communities of color in Chicago and across the nation. They developed several other online tools, databases, and resources to hold government agencies accountable to everyone. Here to accept their award for the Ron Sable is Freddie and Alejandro.
Hey everyone, Freddie Martinez here, co-executive director of Lucy Parsons Labs, and we're so happy to be here accepting this award. For those that don't know me, I've been an organizer in Chicago for over a decade, from the No NATO days to Occupy Chicago to the founding and running and operations of Lucy Parsons Labs. We are a nonprofit in Chicago named after the famous labor organizer and agitator Lucy Parsons. And much of what we do is analyze technology, its impact and harms on society, and how we can sort of create a better world in this one. So, I'm happy to be here because to be recognized as a person who has been in Chicago organizing for a very long time, it's really humbling, and especially for Lucy Parsons Labs, who has spent 6+ years just doing what we can to improve Chicago, and really do a lot of research into surveillance technologies and its impact on marginalized communities. I think it means a lot to us to even be considered for this award. So with that being said, I'll turn it over to our co-executive director, Alejandro.
Hi everyone, I'm Alejandro. I use they, them, and aya pronouns, and I'm also very happy to be here today. I'm going to give a bit of a series of updates based on the work that we've been doing. So Lucy Parsons Lab has been doing a lot of work to do research that supports social movements. One thing that we've been involved with is we've been uh, doing work under what's called the GPS network, or Grassroots Preventing Surveillance Network, where we try to elevate community-driven notions of public safety that are frequently quite different to those that are imposed by carceral forces. Recently, we got a batch of emails from the Lightfoot administration showing a very large disregard to environmental racism in Little Village, which is another area of research that we're currently attending to. And I've also personally done a lot of work with the Chicago Coalition to Stop ShotSpotter, following the Chicago Police Department murder of Adam Toledo, which resulted due to a ShotSpotter deployment. And these are just a few of the things that we've been working on this past year, the past few years, actually. And we're looking forward to keep doing this sort of work and work adjacent to it in the coming years.
Another thing that we've done is open up archives of information to the public. So a couple of months ago, we obtained internal documents of the Lightfoot administration, the kinds of documents that you would never see under something like a public records request. And we were able to transform those emails into an archive where people could investigate them. And so one of the things that we were able to see were instances of things like environmental racism, instances of coal being dumped all over Little Village, things that we had long suspected and known that City Hall have evidence of, but they would never sort of tell the public. And that kind of ability to turn sort of otherwise unreadable materials into archives for the public is something that people, social movements, need in order to further their campaign. And ultimately, we see things like the General Iron contract being canceled, not because of our work, but because this is the kind of thing that needs to happen, as well as community organizing, campaigns, coalitions, and we hope to be a small part of that work moving forward.
Thank you. Yeah, these are just a few of the examples for some of the work we've been able to do, and we're really thankful for being selected to receive the Ron Sable Award, to keep doing this sort of work and to acknowledge that this work is important. While today's misuses of technology might look new, in reality, they're just an extension of an old logic of incarceration and domination that we're seeking to keep exploring, understanding, and fighting back against moving forward. So thank you for your time.
Thanks, Crossroads. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.
Felicidades, Lucy Parsons Lab. Oh my gosh, such great work, spilling all the tea. I just want to thank you both for the agitation that you have, and you continue to build a radical vision for Chicago. So big congratulations. All right, everyone. Are you all ready for the final award?
I'm ready.
I know I'm ready.
Congratulations.
Trying to see if y'all are ready. So the final award is the Lynda J. Tipton Memorial Award for Social Justice, which is going to A Long Walk Home. Lynda was an activist who demonstrated for civil and women's rights. She shared the ideals of Crossroads Fund, especially the recognition that all issues are interconnected and we are all intertwined. We remember Lynda and celebrate her life by presenting her award to A Long Walk Home, which is a community-based, Chicago-based organization building up powerful Black girls and women and working to eradicate sexual violence through art and youth-led programming. Recently, A Long Walk Home showcased their art from their Girlfriends leadership program titled Black Girls Are Monuments. This program allowed young people to explore monuments as sites of memory, resistance, and joy while honoring the missing and murdered Black girls in Chicago, such as Rekia Boyd. The Black Girlhood Altar just completed its exhibition at the Museum of Contemporary Art, and oh my gosh, was it beautiful. It served as a sacred site in Chicago for all Black girls and young women who have gone missing and murdered. And it comes at a time where communities are mourning and celebrating the lives of Tatiana LaBelle, the beloved organizer Elise Mallory, and Tiffany Morty. May they rest in power. Accepting this award tonight is Scheherazade Tillett from A Long Walk Home.
Hi, my name is Scheherazade Tillett. I am the co-founder and executive director of A Long Walk Home. On behalf of A Long Walk Home, a powerful family and a collective of board artists, activists, healers, and scholars, and Black girls themselves, we are beyond excited to receive this award tonight. We now join an amazing list of leaders and social justice organizations in Chicago to be honored with this award and be supported by Crossroads. Since 2003, A Long Walk Home, almost 25 years old, is a Black women-led organization that uses arts to empower young people to end violence against women and girls. As we all witness, over the past years, Black girls continue to remain on the front lines of social justice, with Me Too and Black Lives Matter, yet they remain largely overlooked or invisible in public policies. On the whole, philanthropy underinvests us too. Crossroads with their youth fund, was one of A Long Walk Home's earliest funders of our Girlfriend Leadership Program, a program that trains young Black girls in the city of Chicago to become artist activists in their community and country at large. When many foundations have no portfolios for youth leadership work or girls of color, Crossroads has always been ahead of its time. We are one of a few organizations in the city that offers culturally specific strategies to address healing of Black girls from state and city and gender-based violence. As an organization, I am proud to say that during some of our hardest times of the racial uprisings, we at Long Walk Home were in the streets, in our art studios, in virtual spaces, all advocating for justice. We advocate for survivors. We stood there in solidarity for the testimonies last summer against singer R. Kelly's federal trial. We advocated for survivors here at home as well by increasing our city budget to address gender-based violence and human trafficking. We co-created a campaign for Black girls that bridge the gender-based violence organizations and racial justice organizations together. We published our very first report, Black Girls During the Pandemic, the first report in the United States that examines these two pandemics of COVID-19 and systematic racism and that continue to impact Black girls and their families. We created a new program, the Black Girlhood Altar, that raises awareness for the missing and murdered Black girls and women, a project that creates community healing, that traveled across the neighborhoods in the city of Chicago and eventually was on view at the Museum of Contemporary Arts. We also continued direct services with our young girls, creating growth of healing and leadership in the Girlfriends Leadership Institute. With alarming rates of suicide attempts during this pandemic time, 1 in 3, we provided free mental health services and wellness with Black girls, young women, including traditional therapy, art therapy, healing circles, and spaces that created play and joy. As we continue to fight for liberation of Black girls, we are beyond grateful for this award and the many supporters of A Long Walk Home. We thank you.
Woo. Yes. Thank you, Scheherazade, and everyone at A Long Walk Home. Almost 25 years. Congratulations. And thank you for the important and powerful and necessary work that you all are doing. You can catch more of Scheherazade tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time during the keynote with feminist and writer Angela Davis. We love celebrating with grantees and uplifting all of this work, important work. So a big shout out on the virtual stage, right, to the 3 awardees, Truthout, Lucy Parsons Labs, and A Long Walk Home, right, Lizette? A toast to them, yes. They're doing such powerful work. We love celebrating with our grantees, over 201 that were funded last year, just last year alone, and uplifting their work. Since this is a fundraiser, this would not be possible without the support of individuals like you who make Crossroads Fund a reliable funder for bold intersectional movements for justice. Because Crossroads Fund is a public foundation, that means that you and I and everyone we know makes Crossroads Fund a reliable funder. Your gift tonight, whether it's $40,000, $4,000, $400, any amount, and I mean any amount, will help us to get to our goal of raising $200,000. You can even sign up to be a monthly sustainer to give over time. If you're already a sustainer, please show some love in the chat. We see you. I know I'm a sustainer, so I'm throwing myself in the chat, Lizette, right now. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who has already generously given. Please join us in celebrating 41 years of funding both movements for justice by making a gift tonight. So take out your phone, use the camera to scan the QR code, or the bit.ly/Seeds of Change 22. Another way you can support as well is our online auction, Bidding for Change, Not Charity. There are over 170 items that you can bid on. I think there's like less than 20 items that have no bids, Lizette, so people could get a steal. The online auction closes tomorrow, Friday, so set your alarm at 9 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I know that's a strategy that people have. They wait till like 8:50 to put that bid on that no bid item. That's me. So definitely bid and bid high because it's for a good cause. I wanted to know if we have an update, Lizette, on the thermometer. Is there an update on where we are with our fundraising? I know we're trying to raise $200,000 by tomorrow, Friday at 9 p.m.
There is an update. I've been refreshing this page the entire 45 minutes that we have been chatting. It's at $128,000. Thank you all. Keep those gifts coming. We're very excited to reach our goal this evening and tomorrow as well. And I also want to share a little bit about the importance of humor and creativity, especially during some painful times that we've been having. And shifting us a little bit to our comedian who we want to present to our virtual stage. I know for me, comedy is a coping mechanism, but it is also really a radical act to center joy in such tough times when we're feeling consumed by the world. And humor certainly does the body good. So I know if I'm not laughing, then I'm crying. If anybody knows me, if I'm not crying, I'm laughing. But it's just a reminder to be, to notice how valuable and necessary joy is in our world, especially as I think about our ability to adapt or push for change and looking at things a little bit differently in the world. And I say this with great honor to introduce Gwen La Roka, who is without a doubt a rising star in stand-up and who brings laughter to all crowds and reminds us that we are all in this together, even when it comes to the most mundane day-to-day type of tasks.
Yeah.
Or the absurd things that we do in life sometimes. And I want to share her most recent win. Our girl made it to HBO Max through Entre Nos, which was a Latin comedy competition. And she is now the first Latina from Chicago with an upcoming HBO Comedy Special. So be on the lookout. Gwen La Roka is her name, and she's most definitely an act to watch. So without further ado, I want to welcome to our stage from the Mainstream Media Chicago studio, Gwen La Roka, with a small audience of our 2022 host committee members.
Thank you all very much. Thank you for those in attendance in person here this evening, and as well, obviously, attending the virtual event. Thank you all, because you guys could have been anywhere in the world. That's a lie. That's a lie. Calm down. Calm down. There's another variant. Stay safe. All right, calm down. But this is actually why I'm very excited to be here. You know, be able to give it up, finger snaps for Crossroads funds, putting this lovely, lovely virtual event together so that we can all come together safely. Because I'm not gonna lie, you guys, as much as I've been back out there in public, on live stages, in front of live audiences again, I won't lie, y'all, it's got me out there feeling like Janet Jackson's nipple. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out. But I shouldn't be. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling exposed, y'all. I'm feeling a little exposed is all I'm saying. But don't worry about it. For my people's in attendance tonight, I'm fully vaccinated. That's right. Give it up if you've been vaccinated. You know, are you guys also randomly announcing this when you enter spaces? You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like people want to know, right? So I just come into places, I'm like, hey! I'm freaking vaccinated. And they're like, excuse me, this is a library. Can you keep it down, little boy? I'm a girl. I wasn't even gonna get the vax either in the beginning. I'm not gonna lie, you guys. I was not gonna get vaccinated in the beginning, and not for political reasons or anything like that, but just because there was so much disinformation being spread around. I didn't know what was what, right? And then I started hearing crazy stuff like, oh, you know, women are having fertility issues, and I was like, hijo de madre mía. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, do I really want to risk that? But then I was like, girl, you ain't riding any men. And I'm like, oh my God, that's right. That's right, that's right. It's safe. Let me get the shot. 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 Give it to me. I'm equipped. I can do this. It's a lot, man. It's a lot. I think, though, we've been navigating the pandemic quite well, all things considering, right? You know, I had a bunch of my friends who lost jobs. Unfortunately, though, you know, a lot of people lost a lot of jobs. And then a lot of my other friends were actually already unemployed by choice. So there was like zero adjusting for them. You know what I'm saying? They were like, I'm ready. I can do this with my eyes closed. And I'm like, you have been. All you do is sleep. What the hell? Get a job. Essential workers are needed, all right? But I think we've been navigating quite well. When they asked me, I was one of the few lucky ones who was blessed to be able to work from home. So when they gave me that opportunity, they were like, Gwen, how do you feel about being part of the first group that gets to work from home? And I was like, hell yeah! Screw you, Karen. Figure out how to attach your own damn document to an email, all right? I'm tired of that. Because I don't care what job you work at, all right? There's always a technologically challenged individual at that place. Am I right, y'all? Am I right? And for whatever reason, this woman at my job will always find me. Like, she's always like, hey, Gwen, do you know can you help me find my toolbar? I don't know where my toolbar. I'm like, why are you clicking everything? Why are you clicking all crazy? And it's always the person that clicks like 9,800 times that starts complaining. They're like, I'm clicking. I don't know, it's not working. It's free. The computer gave up on you, all right? It has to catch up to your 1,000 clicks, all right? Karen, calm down, clicking all crazy like that. You know, and always at the, like, that's why I'm glad now I'm at home, because I'm like, oh, hell yeah. figure out your own pinche paper jam now, all right? Figure out how to get your paper out of there. Like, you know, like Karen was always on some stereotyping stuff, you know? Always would find me when she had a paper jam, and I'm like, look, I know I'm Mexican, but that don't make me maintenance, Karen. Get with the times. Get with the times, Karen. Stop asking me, Karen. But let me clarify. I want to clarify to everybody. I'm not even using the name Karen the way we're all used to using the name Karen nowadays, right? No, you guys, I have a coworker. Her name is Karen. She sucks at technology, y'all. This is real life, guys. Real freaking life right here. Because, you know, I feel bad. You know, I was like, man, I feel bad for IT because they're going to get all her phone calls, you know. Yeah, she's definitely going to be calling. That's another department. They were running wild. When they sent us home to work, you know, that week when they were sending everybody home, my IT department didn't know what the heck was going on, right? They were just upset. They were like, extension cords, VPN connections. Like, they were pissed, y'all. Because, I mean, let's be real. The pandemic wasn't in our Google Calendar. You know what I'm saying? Like, we weren't prepared for this. Nobody told us, right? So when they were sending everybody home, like, you know, I wasn't prepared for it either because I don't work at the any of these fancy jobs. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen these fancy lobbies downtown. I mean, have you seen these buildings? Some of my friends working at these buildings downtown, I can't even believe it. You walk into this lobby and they got like full-on freaking pinball machines over there in the corner. You got a whole ping pong table. People are just playing ping pong during their breaks and stuff. Like, what? Susan's going for a swim during lunch? What? What? Everybody's, these lobbies are bad, man. Like Amish people selling churned butter. What? Fresh churned butter in the lobby, man? We don't even have a lobby at my office, all right? We don't have a lobby. It's just a hallway. That's it. There's no special perks in my job, okay? So when IT was coming around, like, okay, we're gonna pack everybody's stuff up, you know, they weren't like, Gwen, we're gonna give you the latest, the newest, the sleekest, most lightweight, compact technology. No, okay? We didn't get crap compact, all right? You guys should have seen what they sent us home with. They sent me home with two big-ass airport-looking monitors, all right? I swear, I'm in my living room. I feel like I'm looking for my flight. I'm like, what's happening? What gate am I in? What gate am I? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't even work like that. My Excel documents, like, down here. My Microsoft Word's, like, up here. Like, what is going on? Two big old airport monitors, all right? The keyboard, and it wasn't even like one of those nice, quiet, with the little button keyboard. No, it was the old school keyboard, the one with the keys as deep as your wisdom teeth. You know what I'm saying? I can't even push the enter button. I'm like, help! Help! I can't work with this keyboard, man. They sent me home with that big old bulky keyboard, right? Looking like a piano. And then, right, that got me feeling like Mozart at the crib. Calm down. Right? Big old bulky keyboard, right? They sent me the wired mouse. A wired mouse, y'all. Wired. Now, I know, we're family. We could be honest here, okay? We're off the clock. Y'all could be honest at home watching this, okay? We're off the clock, okay? How are we gonna jiggle the mouse from the bed if it's wired? I just wanna know. How am I gonna jiggle the mouse, y'all? How am I gonna jiggle the mouse? I know how y'all do. When you see you're in the kitchen making a sandwich or a torta, right? And then you're like, oh my God, my screen is locking. I'm working hard, y'all. I'm working hard. You put in that overtime? I'm doing overtime today. Oh, man. Next time, I think I'm going to strap my mouse to my dog and just let her run around the house all day and be like, man, I've been working hard today, y'all. A wired mouse, y'all. And that's not the phone, my desk phone. The big old desk phone with the wires and yes, I wish I was kidding. It's the whole phone, y'all. I'm like, I don't even think my apartment has a jack. Where am I supposed to plug this in? I don't understand. But that's not even the worst of it. I could have let all that slide, y'all. But this is where I was like, really? they pulled out from underneath my desk the whole drive, y'all, the tower. The tower. Yeah, see, young people tuning in, you don't even know what the hell I'm talking about, right? The tower, man, the tower. I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I didn't even think I was using a tower. I didn't. I was like, it's 2020, man, or 2021, whatever year it was. This pandemic got me all messed up with my time. But I was like, what? I'm like, I didn't even know I was using a tower. I thought everything was in the monitors, man. I didn't know this. You should have seen my face. Dude pulled out the tower from underneath that desk, and I was like, pues, ¿qué es eso, güey? What is that? He's like, don't worry about it, Gwen. It's your tower. I was like, a tower? What the hell? I'm like looking at him. I'm looking at all the equipment. And I'm like, well, pues I guess throw it in the box along with 1992. I gotta go home and build some stuff now, okay? I gotta go home and build some stuff. I wasn't ready for that. My apartment wasn't built for that kind of stuff. You should have seen the look on my apartment's face. When I approached the door, my apartment was real quick like, where are you going with all that? That's cute and everything, but you do remember we only have one outlet? Where you going with that, dummy? And the left side doesn't work, all right? Everything's connected to my right socket of the one outlet. Everything, like all this equipment to the right socket of my one outlet. You all should see the fire hazard going on in my house right now, all right, y'all? It's intense. It's intense. Check on your coworkers, you know, check on your neighbors, check on your friends, your family, your loved ones, parents tuning in. All the love to the parents out there, man, because it is hard, y'all. It's hard being a parent. I know this firsthand because I don't have any kids and I'm having a blast. Yeah. Thank you all for doing all of that right there. As you can see, I don't know if I'm prepared to be doing all that stuff. Like, are you for real, y'all? I can't be. Like, you could tell when I had a Skittle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't be carrying no babies in here. Like, there's a lot of action going on in this little frame right here. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm barely in this body. You know what I mean? Like, calm down. You want there to be two of us? I don't know, man. We're going to scrap for food. That's all I'm saying. We're going to fight for that food. It's tough being a parent, man. Especially nowadays. Like, we thought we were badasses growing up. Have y'all seen the entitlement running around? Have you seen all of this lately going on? And I'm gonna beat the parents to it before they do. I'll just say it for you. Not your kids. Not yours. Totally their kids. Totally their kids. It's rough, man. No, but we thought we were bad. No, man, these kids nowadays, they're on a whole other level. I'm at the store the other day, right? And I see this little girl go up to her mom like a boss, like a G. She goes up to her mom in the middle of the aisle. She's like, Mommy! You're going to take me to see Justin Bieber. And then she turned around and walked away. And I was like, well, where the hell are you going? You're 4, you didn't drive here by your damn self. And I'm not gonna lie, y'all. I do not condone violence. I wanna set that straight. But for that split second, I wanted to trip the hell out of that little girl. You know what I'm saying? I did. I just wanted to be like, boop. I don't know why she's crying. I don't know what happened. She must have fallen. I don't know what happened. Justin Bieber hates you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I hated on that little girl, you guys. I'm not gonna lie. I was hating on the little girl for a little bit because I could never do that growing up. Could y'all just go up and demand from your parents? Could you just go up to, I couldn't go up to my mom and be like, Mommy! Because that's how I was walking, you know what I'm saying? Mommy! ¿Me vas a llevar a ver los new kids on the block? Man, yeah. My mom would have been real quick with her comeback. She would have been like, pues go outside, pendeja. There's all kinds of kids on the block. Look, new ones, there's an old one, a little one, a big one, for free. For free, run along, grab your sweater. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go up to my mom and be like, you know what I was thinking, Mom? It is about damn time. You take me to see Disney on ice. Oh, yeah. My mom would have waited, y'all, for one of these Chicago snow blizzards to roll around. She would have grabbed my Lion King VHS tape, flung it out the window, like, there you go, it's stupid. Disney on ice. For free. For free, run along. Grab your sweater. Grab your sweater. Y'all can tell I'm traumatized about my sweater, right? I don't play, man. I don't play. That's because moms are great at threatening your children into wearing the sweater. Is that right? Am I right? And I didn't get threatened with bodily harm. No. I got threatened with illnesses I had never freaking heard of in my whole life. Like, I'd be trying to go out without my jacket. My mom would be like, hey, where are you going? Muchacha, it's cold outside. Where are you going? It's cold outside. It's cold outside. Where's your sweater? Where's your sweater? Grab your sweater. Te va a dar pulmonía. I'm like, what the hell is that? What the hell? Like, I was 5. I didn't know nothing about pneumonia. What? Hey, where are you going, muchacha? It's cold outside. It's freezing. It's freezing. You can't go out like that. Where's your sweater? Where's your sweater? Grab your sweater. Te va a dar bronchitis. I'm like, what the hell? I don't want it. I don't want it. How do you spell that? What the hell is that? Like, I didn't know nothing about bronchitis or none of that, man. But it worked, y'all. I am a grown-ass woman, boy. And I don't go anywhere without my damn sweater. All right? Okay. Play around with that. Also, I'm afraid my mom will pop out from behind this set and be like, come on, where's your sweater? I'll be like, it's like the ninja move, man. Like, she'll come out. She's in Mexico, but she'll find her way here. She'll come from Mexico and be like, where's your sweater? Play around, man. I haven't been going out much anyway, so that's all right. But I still take my sweater, These last few summers during the pandemic, y'all, I was able to survive the summers living vicariously through my ratchet friends. Right? You know what I'm saying? There's one right there. There's one right there. One right there. But it's true. And we all have a group. We all have a group of ratchet friends, right? A little bit of scandalous friends. And let me tell y'all, for you guys tuning in, if you don't think you have that group, newsflash, you're the group. You're the scandalous one in your group, all right? Some of y'all just learned about yourselves this evening. Right? Yeah, man, I was able to, because my friends were going out, y'all. Now, I was not co-signing that business. This was at the height of the pandemic. Like when they actually did the whole lockdown and there was no one in the streets. And my friends straight calling me like, Gwen, you want to come out? We're going out. I'm like, where? How are you doing this? But every weekend she was out and Snapchatting and out drinking. I'm like, where are you going? Everything is closed. What kind of professional ninja hoochie are you that you're finding these places? She was about it though, man. She was like a professional, man. I'm telling her every week. She's like, Gwen. I was like, yo, why are you guys acting like Six Flags closed down the park just for y'all? And right? They were around the whole city. They were like, we got the city to ourselves. We have the city to ourselves. I'm like, y'all better stop. You're going to have a whole hospital room to yourself. You don't. Yeah, I did. I told her. But she didn't quit. She did not quit. She calls me, and you guys, I wish this were a joke or fake. No, this is real life. She calls me, and she's like, Gwen, do you want to come over? I'm having a gathering. Yeah, I'm like, did you just use the exact term that CDC is using when they're telling people what not to do? They said no gatherings. She's like, don't worry. I'm like, why are you having gatherings right now, and your basement apartment has no windows. What are you doing? She was like, no, don't worry about it, Gwen. No lie, no lie. This was her way to try to make me more comfortable to attend. No lie. She goes, without skipping a beat, don't worry about it, Gwen. It's a family-only event. I'm sorry. But the first thing that flew out of my mouth was like, I'm sorry, Mensa. Do you think that COVID gives a crap what your relationship status is to one another in the room? Like, do you think that, like, did she think that COVID was gonna come into her little gathering and be like, hey, you know him? Do you know him? Oh, okay, y'all are cousins. My bad. My bad. I'm gonna float on over here. You know her? Do you know? I'm gonna get you. Do you know her? Like, what the? COVID wasn't asking for DNA samples, man. COVID don't need no papers. What's going on? It's like COVID's just like, I got you. That's it. Like, what? You know, I did tell her. I gave her a heads up because I'm nice like that. I was like, hey, I just want to let you know. I called her and I was like, I just want to give you the courtesy heads up that you made it to my material. You know what I'm saying? Because I was like, you definitely made it to my material because everything you just said was freaking stupid. I'm gonna write about it. Totally thinking I'm doing the nice thing. I'm gonna give her a heads up to let her know she's gonna get talked about. Totally forgetting that this is my ratchet friend. She cuts me off halfway through my warning. She's like, go ahead, girl. If I'm there, if I'm there, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna be like, that was me. That was me. I was like, wow, I need new friends. There's no shame in her game. If she were to come over, though, I already know how she would come over ready to go out. She'd come over looking all hot, ready to go out, right? And even though, and I know how I would react. I would look at her and I'd be like, that's all you're wearing? You know it's cold outside, right? That's it. That's all you're wearing? Okay, because you rather look cute than be warm, right? You'd rather be cute than be warm? All right, bitch. It gets drafty in the club. If you don't bring a sweater, te va a dar bronquitis. Thank you all very, very much. Thank you all at home tuning in. Thank you to the lovely live audience. And a big, 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 big special thank you to Crossroads Fund. I'm Gwen La Roka. Thank you all very much.
My cheeks are hurting. That was
So good. Gwen, I'm pretty sure your mom and my mom are friends. I'm a grown woman with a sweater everywhere I go. I'm also going to add professional ninja hoochie to my signature and emails. Don't act brand new, y'all. Like, good, that's classic. I'm going to add it. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed tonight's very special event. If you laughed, or if you cried, you giggled, felt moved by the awardees or our work, I just want to once again uplift the meaningful contribution as we look to reach our goal of $200,000. Manny, do we have an update about gifts?
Yes, we've gotten a couple of gifts. So thank you so much to the people who have generously given at all levels, $1,000, $100. I saw $250. So we're so grateful for everyone that's contributing in real time and everyone that's going to contribute after and everyone that's already contributed.
Thank you again so much. And don't forget, we still have the online auction, which closes this Friday, tomorrow, April 1st at 9 p.m. And last but not least, join us tomorrow for the very special conversation with Angela Davis. Same time, different link. Tell your friends, maybe tell your sneaky link, and we'll see you soon. Have a great evening.